Hi guys. Okay, so this week's project was supposed to be face casting, and this was my first time, and it didn't really turn out the way I expected it. The weather out here has been, I guess, too cold. I personally don't think it's that cold. I live in California, but my face cast is still drying, so I didn't get to film, sanding it down and Modge Podging it, which once it completely dries, I am going to Modge Podge it because they say that when you use it to make your prosthetics on it and put the clay, it's going to stick, so you have to put some kind of sealant over it. Some people have used wood glue, different kinds of lacquers and stuff. I personally am going to do Modge Podge. You can get it at any craft store. Actually, Target even sells it now. I got two little things about this big for $1 each, so it's not too bad. But this was the final product of my face casting. I was pretty excited about it because I'm claustrophobic and I thought I was gonna freak out with the stuff on my face, but it's pretty cool. So pretty decent likeness, and even got my double chin. But yeah, so all in all, it was a pretty cool experience. I know what to do the next time when I try to do it. A couple of hinters or pointers would be, when you're applying the plaster strips onto your face, really rub them in and kind of fill in all the holes on the gauze strip, because once you pull it off and you're looking at it, the actual cast part of it, you can see all the holes and you have to go back and fill all that in. So just do a really good job with smoothing it in. Again, I ended up getting two kinds of plaster strips. One of them I got from Michael's and the other one I got from Amazon. And the one I got from Amazon was better because it dried faster. So if you're like me and don't want to freak out too much, go with those ones. If you don't mind waiting the 20 minutes, go ahead and get the one from your local craft store. Mine was Michael's. That is a 20-minute set time, and the ones I got were 3 to 5 minutes. And with those ones though, you do have to work fast. Another downfall for me was I make faces when I do different things, so I caught myself kind of going like this when I was trying to put the strip on, and I really had to calm myself down and concentrate on trying to keep a straight face. For me, that was super hard. For you guys, it might be like really easy. I think I get that from my mom when she makes cakes and she's putting the frosting into the pastry bag. She's like this, or she does duck face. So yeah, I don't know what it is, nervous reaction, I don't know, it's just something we do. Another hinter was make sure you really put a lot of Vaseline on your face. That helped with just taking it off. Some of the videos I've seen on YouTube, they were saying that it was kind of hard to pull the cast off, or that it was pulling pieces of hair off of their face. Really get that Vaseline all over your face. For the details on your face too, like I said, really work the plaster strips in, like really get it around the creases and everywhere else. Another thing that I thought that I could have done afterwards, if you don't have a problem with just keeping one eye open, because I don't like the way the eye sockets came out when you're doing it on yourself, you could possibly even do plaster on one eye and just, work with the other eye open. And again, if you're going to do that, I would do, personally for me, I would go all the way around, do the nose, the mouth, and then do the eye last. And when you do the eye last, I would put tons and tons of Vaseline on the eyelash line and then go in with the plaster.
Stinky tacos!
Let's get started. So I went in with glue stick and I covered my eyebrows because I don't want my eyebrows to go away in this face casting process. After I covered my eyebrows, I went in with my liquid latex and plastic wrap. This is to cover the hairline, so again, we don't get any plaster in our hair and rip it out when we take it off. I was having a little bit of technical difficulties with the plastic wrap. Yes, I know, people, it is not rocket science, but for some reason, I just couldn't get it out. So as I stated, we go in with the latex. We're going to cover just underneath the hairline. And then after we put the latex on, we're going to get the plastic wrap and we're going to put it on our heads. Yeah. This part I thought it kind of looked like a little bit, I kind of looked like a little bit like a lunch lady. Man, that was kind of a tongue twister for me. This is a cheaper route than having to go in and use a bald cap. Well, at least I thought it was. I seen one other person do this. Thought it was pretty cool. Seemed to work. Then I went in with Vaseline and I covered my whole entire face because we want the process of taking the plaster face off very easy. Now it's time for the plaster strips. As I stated before, I had actually bought 2 different kinds of plaster strips. One of them I got from Michael's, which is my local craft store, and the other one I got off of Amazon. And to me, I prefer the ones off of Amazon because they set so much faster. The working time with these ones are, I believe it was 3 to 5 minutes, and the ones from Michael's were 20 minutes. And I just the thought of having to keep this stuff on my face for 20 minutes was freaking me out even more, and I hadn't even gotten started. So, quick tip: make sure you cut your strips prior to starting this. Kind of try to measure it to your face as you're cutting the strips, so everything's just set up. I came across, a hump in this whole process where I ended up having to cut strips while I was doing it, and the other ones were hardening too fast. The chin part actually hardened, and when I went to go and put the mouth on, the chin was lifting, so it was awkward. I do plan on trying to do this again, hoping that I'll get a better quality face cast on the next one. And again, it's just layering. My advice to you: start on the outside, then work your way inwards. And they say to really kind of build it up on the nose and around the outsides, because that is the base of your mold. It was really kind of gross putting this stuff on my face, but you get used to it as you go. I had noticed I wasn't hyperventilating as much as I was working, but once I got everything on and had to wait that couple of minutes to let the last little pieces dry, I was freaking out. After this, you let it dry and then you slip it off. Then you go in and you get your plaster ready. It's typically 2 parts of the plaster to 1 part of water. And what I did is I put it in piece by piece. I did 1 layer and then I tapped it to get the air bubbles out. And then I went and did another layer and tapped it, and so forth until I used up all my plaster and got it up to the top. Then from here, it was just waiting for it to set. Based on the instructions, it said it would only take 30 minutes, but it seemed like it's taking forever because it's still not fully set.
Again, this was a pretty cool experience. It's my daughter over there. She's always trying to get on camera. But yeah, I would advise you guys to try it out. Don't be too scared. I know I was a big chicken and I didn't want to do it, but it's not that bad. Alright, Pookies, love you, bye. Say bye.